After looking at some of your Pi Day things, it looks like some people were having some issues, so I was just going to go ahead and help you out a bit. So if I'm just starting at letter D, this is on the second page, it says, time to answer the riddle from the story in the fourth column on the table from the front page of this project. So this is column 1, 2, 3, so we're talking about this column. It says, find the decimal representation of the ratio circumference over diameter for each circular lid. Round your answer to the nearest hundredths place. Record each answer in the table. So in the fourth column, I'm calculating circumference divided by diameter. So that's circumference over diameter. So if that's this column divided by this column. So my first one would be 7.5 divided by 2.4. And so you can use a calculator, that's fine. So if I'm dividing that out, sorry about the glare, 7.5 divided by 2.4 is 3.125. But it says that I need to round it to the hundredths place. So tenths, hundredths, and so this is 5 rounds up, so my answer is actually 3.13 because I'd have to round it up. So again, I'm doing circumference divided by diameter. So this one would be 15.7 divided by 5. 15.7 divided by 5, 3.14. It's already in the hundredths place. So you're going to finish these out, circumference divided by diameter. It says, did any of your measurements come within 1/100th of a decimal approximate of pi? Well, we know pi is 3.14, so if so, which ones? So you're looking for, does anything have within the hundredths place? Do you have any that are 3.15, 3.13, anything along those lines? That's just what that one's asking. The application. Now when it says use your findings to answer the following questions. Well, up here, hopefully you got pi equals circumference, E-R-E-N, over diameter. So if I'm rearranging it, that is the same thing as, if I'm rearranging it, that's the same thing as circumference equals pi times diameter. And you should have gotten that up here too. Circumference equals pi times diameter. So all we're going to do is fill in what we're missing. So it says if circle has a diameter of 1, so I'm just going to use variables just because it's a little bit easier. So circumference equals pi, and we know pi is 3.14 times diameter. So if a circle has a diameter of 1, what would you expect its circumference to be? So we don't know what circumference is, but we do know what pi is. So this is the same thing as saying circumference equals pi times 1. So circumference equals 3.14 times 1. So 3.14 times 1 is 3.14. So circumference equals 3.14. And what you're going to do is the same thing for letter B. Use that same formula. Circumference equals pi times diameter. Then for letter C and D, it's a little bit different. It says if the circumference of a circle is 2 kilometers, what would you expect the diameter to be? Well, we know circumference is 2, so 2 equals pi. We don't know what the diameter is. Pi times d. Well, we know pi is 3.14, so this is 2 equals 3.14 times diameter. Well, I need to get it by itself, so divide by 3.14, divide by 3.14, and you can use a calculator again. So 3.14, whoops, I'm sorry. 2 divided by 3.14 would be 0.636, but I'm just going to round it up. So 0.64. So you're going to do the same thing for letter D. You know circumference equals pi times diameter, and you know you're trying to figure out if the circumference is 3.14, so 3.14 equals pi times diameter, so that's 3.14 equals 3.14 times D. Go ahead and finish solving for D.